humanitarian missions here in Cambodia, including what I do with education, what other people are doing with feeding the needy, other people are doing with street animals. You can go to my PayPal and donate. You can join my Patreon. And if you don't want to do either of those things, go to buymeacoffee.com/DDC. There's no sign up required, and you can donate through there. All the money will be used for the purposes I just talked about. Now let's get on with the video. What's up, guys? It's been a few videos since I did one answering people's questions. We've been focusing on our humanitarian stuff, which is great. Small update on that. We have received $355 for that. If you're a supporter of mine, you'll be receiving a exclusive video about our latest outing and feeding some hungry people. And like I said, we're also going back out to the village 2 or 3 times a week that you saw in the previous video, and making sure they get fed. I appreciate all the support, and all that money will be going toward that purpose. I do want to say I still need donations for the education. If you don't know, if you're new, I teach people for free. I don't charge them anything, and I rely on people like yourself to kind of pay their tuition, their what they would normally pay, and then I continue to teach for free, and I use that money to take care of my needs, just like I would if they were paying me themselves. So at the end of the month, I'm going to be behind on the rent, and I'm not going to use the money, obviously, that came in for the other purpose, because that money is for feeding hungry people. So if you want to donate to the education, I would appreciate it. But like I said, no matter what you do, if you earmark money toward a certain thing, that's what it will be used for. Recently, someone sent $11, said they were interested in what we're going to do with the feeding stray animals and taking care of them. That's going to be the next series in the humanitarian playlist. And so that money is set aside for that purpose. So that was just a quick update. I'll let her go first because I don't know where she's going. But like I said, I have had some questions. And I always say if you have questions, go ahead and leave a comment. And, you know, if I can, I'll answer it in the comment. But then some of them I think might be of interest to everyone. So I'd like to answer them here. And the first one was, what's the deal with the travel restrictions that were in place for a long time? There were 6 countries that were not allowed to fly into Cambodia, including I believe it was the United States, France, Italy, Germany, Spain, and one more. I forget them all. But that has been lifted. That's the good news. People from those countries can now come here. You're free to show up. But there are caveats, because of course the crisis isn't over yet. You will have to provide a certificate stating that you're COVID-19 negative within 72 hours of arriving here. That certificate has to be stamped. You will have to show proof of at least $50,000 in insurance. And you will be put in quarantine for 2 weeks after arrival, and you will be tested a few times to make sure you're good to go. So if that was your plan to come here, there are some hoops, but the restrictions themselves have been lifted. So that's kind of good news, I think. Oh, we are going to need some more of those for the next time we go out. Somebody also wanted to know about the kids on the street, where they eat. Like once they get the food, like the kids from the last video we unexpectedly ran into in an alley. Generally what they did, and I'm going to tell you my reasons why I think that is, although I don't know for sure, keep that in mind, is they grabbed their food, then they ran back into the alley they were hanging out in, which is what they do during the day. They have no place else to go. And the reason for that, I think, is twofold. One, I mentioned this in another video, when it comes to the street kids in town, a lot of them are petty criminals. They do that to survive. A lot of the restaurants and businesses do not like them hanging around because they've probably been ripped off before by these kids or caused some trouble in some form or another, and things like that. Now, the restaurant is not going to turn down money for what? Ants? Oh. Going to buy some stuff for the ants. We have a lot of ants at our house. A lot of ants. Luke gave me something he got from the United States or Canada in his care package. He gave me a tube of that, and that took care of the ants in the kitchen. Pretty good. All you got to do is spray drop a few drops in the corners and where they're hanging out, and I guess they get poisoned. They take it back to the queen, and ants are gone. But of course, this is Cambodia. They will always come back. And I can't find that stuff here. So we'll just get some raid. But anyway, I guess that the businesses are not going to turn down money, especially now, to have a meal. But they also, a lot of them, not all of them, and I'm not even sure if this applies to the restaurant we took them to, but some restaurants will not let them sit and not let them come in because of their reputation for petty crime. And the last thing they need is for foreigners to come in, tourists, who are just trying to enjoy a meal. Maybe the tourists set their cell phones down on the table. The kids lift it, run off, and then that restaurant starts getting a reputation as a place not to go. So it's a business decision, not one based on not liking kids. And another reason, I think, is because a lot of these kids like to stay out of sight, out of mind. They're doing what they have to survive, and I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm just saying it is what it is. And other than that, they just want to stay hidden. They're not out there seeking attention or money. They're just trying to survive. Like I said, there are certain faction of kids who will, it's their job to go out and beg. They know enough English to know what to say. They got the cute little faces. But those kids usually have handlers, and they are out there trying to make themselves known. And again, like I said earlier, that doesn't bother me because if they want to eat, if they're allowed to eat, some of them are not, actually. They're just there to collect money. But if they do, I'll feed them anyway. and I'm doing that because of your donations. But I hope that clears that up where the kids go. Usually they just go probably, well, these particular kids from the last video went back into the alley that they were hanging out in during the day. A lot of them sleep under the bridges at night. You find them sitting on benches by the river after dark. And that's just the way it is. Someone else wanted to know about palm oil, and I'm still, they said they had heard that there's a significant amount of heart attacks here in Cambodia because people use a lot of palm oil all the time in their cooking. I don't know anything about palm oil. I don't even know what kind of oil Singalai uses because it's written in Khmer. And I couldn't find anything with any kind of stats about people having heart attacks or the use of palm oil, so I don't really know. But they have all kinds of oils here. They even have olive oil, they have vegetable oil, they have what do you call it, it's not soybean, but that's the word I'm thinking of for some reason, but another kind of oil. They have oil that's high in saturated fat, oil that is low in saturated fat. So yeah, you can get any kind of oil you want. That's a big slab of ribs right there. Yeah. Over here we got some good stuff. That's the innards. I always like the innards. I'm an offal fan. Kidneys, hearts, liver. I like all that stuff. Not everybody does, I understand. That's cool. I'm not sure what that is. Right there. Not quite sure what that is. But anyway, those are the questions I had. If you have any questions, be sure to drop them in the comments. Be sure to drop them in the comments, and I might answer them in another video, or at least I'll write you back and let you know if I have an answer. And if I don't, I'll say I don't know. Because I don't know everything, of course. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Yeah, here we have some really nice looking vegetables. Tomatoes, some kind of mushrooms here. I think they're mushrooms. Yeah, they're mushrooms.
No money change.
Yeah. Little onions. Got some green pepper. Yeah, these are really good looking here. Potatoes and more green peppers over there. But unfortunately, they cannot change money. They didn't have change. One thing I do like about living here, and you'll probably get used to this, I've said it before, is that meat is the most expensive thing here. And so most of the time meals are like flavored with meat. It's not the main part like you might be used to in the West. But on the other hand, the vegetables and the fruit and everything are really, really fresh every day. And you're not forced to eat healthy because there are, of course, fast food options here, Western style foods. But if you're going to eat locally, you're going to be eating healthier that's helped me. I was a bit overweight when I came here. I wasn't too heavy, but yeah, I could have lost 20-30 pounds, which I did. And I think part of that has to do with me walking a lot, and also of course eating way better than I ever did back home. Healthier and still delicious. Birds, obviously. If you do see people selling birds and things in cages, sometimes you'll see them on the ends of the bridges. There'll just be a woman sitting there. She has all these birds in different cages trying to sell them. These are illegal. They are protected. They're not supposed to be caught and sold. So just a heads up, don't purchase them if you see them. There's a place in town, I forget the name, but you can report anybody you see selling to them. They will go down there and try to retrieve the animals and let them loose. Ooh, this area looks dark up here. It's all done for the day. It looks like empty. All empty. Just the trash left. Alright, that'll do it for this video. Be sure to give it a like and subscribe if you have not already. Also check out all my links down below if you want to donate to PayPal or join my Patreon. Hello. Those links are down below. If you don't want to do either of those things, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/DDC and donate that way, and you don't even have to sign up. You can do it anonymously. And if you do any of those things, you'll be put on my mailing list. You will receive exclusive videos, updates, pictures, books, and more. Also, there are links down below to other YouTubers in Cambodia. They make some great videos, cover different things, and you should check those out and subscribe to them as well. And all my social media is down below if you want to give me a follow or like on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can do that at those links. Alright. Like I said, if you're a supporter of mine, you'll be receiving an exclusive video pretty soon. So look forward to that. Oh, he's way back here. Otherwise, I will talk to you guys in the next one.